Come here. I think if anybody needs a cuddle right about now, it's you and me, right? I know, it's been a long time since we've been able to just get cozy like this. I know. I'm sorry, it's been so long. But, you know, that's the way it goes. How are you doing? Are you okay? Yeah, I know. It's not really the right question to ask, is it? I know. Come here, give me a hug. Squeeze. Get under the blanket with me. Get under the blanket. That's good. I know. I kind of... I don't know what to say when people ask me if I'm okay. I don't know. Because you don't want to say, I'm not okay. You know, I'm pretty awful, actually, and life has just sucker punched me, and I'm feeling pretty bad, or whatever it is, you know. You don't want to say that to somebody. But at the same time, you don't want to lie and go, oh, great, how are you, you know. You know. Yeah, it's hard, I know. Because you feel kind of like you're supposed to say you're okay, right? For most people, when they ask, they're just expecting you to say, I'm great, great, good, you know. But even when people really mean it, it feels so heavy to just sort of say, I'm not doing great. Because you feel like you're putting it on them to make you feel better, you know? You're not. You're just trying to say what's going on with you, you know? I think maybe there should be like a special way of saying it. Kind of like, no bullshit, how are you? Yeah. Like, don't bullshit me, just tell me honestly, how are you? And then the other person can say, well, today sucked, or my life is a one-way ticket to hell, you know, or whatever thing we're going through, you know. I don't know, I do want to know how you're doing. Just to let you know that I care. Even if there's nothing I can do about it. You know, I'd like to at least lie here with you and just touch your arm and stroke your skin. Just let you know I'm here. Sometimes that's enough, I think. I hope. It's so easy to spread yourself thin, and especially when everybody has an expectation from you, or of you, or they need something from you. Do you ever feel like that? Do you ever feel like everyone you know needs something from you. In some way. And then normally it's okay, or you're happy to do it, or whatever, but just sometimes you think, oh, wow, I'm not a machine. You know, I'm not even a particularly well-balanced human. There are better humans than me at helping you. You know. So, one thing I know is that it's very good to just lie down in the dark and just close your eyes and cuddle up next to me. Feel the sensation of skin on skin. And just take deep breaths and float away. I want to tell you about this neat experience I had. I went to a physiotherapist for a massage because I was feeling so much tension and stress that my shoulders are like 2 blocks of granite, you know. And so I didn't want one of those day spa massages from a lady. I wanted like a like mess you up, totally like 6 foot tall guy grinding his arms into my back kind of thing, right? Like pain, you know, you want the pain almost. So I'm lying there, and it turned out I did get a lady masseuse, but she was like Katinka from Dodgeball. You know, she was like the strongest little woman. She was tiny, but she was the strongest woman I've ever experienced in my life in terms of massage. I couldn't believe the strength in her. She messed me up good. She really did. She busted me up. She dug those little fingers into me and yow. But anyway, she put this music on, this very dreamy music. You know, new agey kind of whatever. And for a moment there, I kind of just really sort of just spaced out a bit, and my mind started to wander. And I imagined myself back when I first lived here. Back when I was quite young, and I wanted to fall in love so badly with an Irish boy. I wanted to be Irish so badly. And in my little blissed out state, I was sort of transported back in time to when I was 19. And if you've never been to Dublin, there's a park in the middle called Stephen's Green, and there's a little bridge that goes over a section of this little duck pond, kind of near the entrance. And for some reason I imagined myself on a kind of snowy night, which is strange because it doesn't really snow here. Certainly never did then. But I imagined myself on a kind of a snowy night, and I was wearing like a one of those kind of old-fashioned coats, you know, that come in at the waist and flare out. You know, the kind where girls wear lace-up boots and long braid down their back, you know. Of course, I had to figure to wear this in my fantasy, don't we all? But in this little moment, this little bliss out moment that I had, I just imagined that I was there with this vague representation of the boy of my dreams. And he kissed me. And we kind of floated up very slowly, turning around. Like I could almost see it, like it was a CGI effect in a movie. Like we were just kind of floating up off the ground in this very sweet kiss, just feeling that moment of falling in love, where you feel like you're weightless, you feel like you're 10 feet off the ground. I don't know where this came from. I'd never thought of anything like that before. And I certainly never experienced anything like that. Certainly not levitation. I think I would have mentioned that before now if I had actually levitated. But I don't know. It was almost like in that little moment I got to have that experience. Even though it never happened, obviously. This little magical moment that and this is the key, that remained and will always remain untarnished by reality. You know? If I had met someone here and stayed with him, gotten married and had kids and all that stuff, I mean, my life would have turned out completely differently. Maybe better, maybe worse, who knows. But in some ways, it wouldn't have remained this idyllic, romantic, little dream of a young girl the way it was for me then. And the way it can sort of stay now for me, if that makes any sense. And really, when the music was over and the massage was over and I was all bruised and battered and feeling good though, she did a great job. She did. She worked on this muscle right here. I'm gonna touch it on you. Yeah, that one right there. Yeah. Oh, can you imagine someone like really digging it, like doing a pile driver on you? Can you imagine? Yeah. And when I was done, I felt really peaceful, and like I'd been on a mental vacation, kind of, And I thought I'd mention it to you in case you thought about maybe, putting on some of that dreamy music. You can find them on Spotify or, just really try to let your mind go and see where it goes, Maybe you'll have, I don't know what you'll have. Maybe you'll have some experience like mine. I don't know, but maybe there's just something in the back of your mind that you kind of always wished would have happened, or I don't know. It's got to be unique to everybody, but I think our minds need these little what ifs once in a while. They're harmless, but if you can really get into it in that almost hypnotic, almost alpha wave kind of state, it's almost like you're really experiencing it, I mean, there's not much we can do about things not going our way or the way we think we want, but we've got this gift of imagination, and I don't know, maybe I just never let myself use it enough. Maybe you don't. Because I know it can take up all your time when you're feeling bad. I know. Believe me, I know. I'm just moving these are my headphones. Don't lie on them. Because I need them. So don't break them. I can break them. I can lie on them, but please don't you break them. Okay. So, where was I? Here. We need to get closer. We need to hug a little more. What was I saying? All right. Feeling bad can just overwhelm you. Seems to have that power. Like I've been kind of researching medicine and stuff again. I was gonna be a doctor at one point, or hoped to be. I should clarify. I did not have any reason to believe that I would get there, but I hoped I would. And I studied. And so I've been kind of listening to podcasts and stuff again. And what it reminds me of is, you have hemoglobin in your blood, right? Yeah, this is going to be all over the place tonight. I'm just telling you, just be prepared. You have hemoglobin in your blood, which oxygen attaches to, just in simple terms, right? And that's how oxygen gets carried. But carbon monoxide, the stuff comes out of your car exhaust and whatever, that stuff it's like hemoglobin loves that stuff. Hemoglobin will just latch onto that stuff. Hemoglobin just loves that stuff. Or maybe it's the other way around. I don't know, but they love each other, and they are so preferentially attached that they knock out all the oxygen. It's just overwhelming. So, you're in big trouble, if you breathe in carbon monoxide, because it's just once it meets hemoglobin, it's love at first sight. It just clamps on and doesn't let go. And I think you have to go into, I don't know, some kind of chamber or something like they do for divers or something. What's that called? I'm thinking bariatric, isn't that obesity? I'm losing my mind. What's that called? Bariatric. Is it a bariatric? Anyway, you know what I mean. So the metaphor for me is that negative shit in our lives is like carbon monoxide. It just knocks out all the good stuff. It just completely overwhelms the oxygen, the good stuff. Oxygen doesn't have a chance when carbon monoxide shows up. And that's kind of what our good feelings are like in the midst of bad feelings. I mean, I've had physical breakdowns lately. Physical problems. Passing out and being sick, and didn't eat for 5 days, and just It's all negative emotions. It's all it was. We're so powerful, you know. Nothing good has ever had that effect on me, or any kind of, you know, analogous effect on me in a good way, you know. So it's like we're kind of wired for bad stuff or something. I've heard that theory. I've heard that, actually. It's an evolutionary advantage to look for and remember negative experiences so that we keep ourselves safe from them next time. But, I don't know. It still sucks, doesn't it? It does. It sucks completely. So maybe these little mind vacations might be, these little what ifs might be a really good idea. Just pick a moment or let yourself go. Imagine you have a completely different life, or your life went in a different direction at one point, maybe. And I'm not saying this to make you sad. I'm not. Don't give me that look. I'm not saying this to make you regret your choices in life. I mean, no. I just mean, like, it's like a little mini holiday for your brain. Like a little vacation, kind of. What if you lived this other life? You know? It's safe to think about it. You wouldn't have to face all the realities of that life that would have problems in it, because every life does. But it's kind of fun to think, oh, what if I did end up living in New York City or something, like I thought I might when I was 15 or something, you know? Whatever your grand plans were. You know, maybe you thought you'd be a rock star or something. Did you ever think you'd be a rock star? Doesn't everybody at some point? You ever thought about what if you did? What if you became a rock star? What would your life look like right now? You know? That kind of thing. Just, what if you did become a movie star? What if you were like a Hollywood guy right now, you know? What if you did meet the love of your life and you were 18? You had like 6 kids now or something, you know? Like, I don't know. I just think taking some time out to do a bit of a what if it's helped me. I was surprised at how much it helped me to have that little moment. No one fell in love with me when I was 19, but in my mind, someone did. That little moment, someone did. I got to experience it. I thought I might even do like a painting of that image. This couple just this little kiss, and they're kind of floating above the little bridge in Stephen's Green. Mind you, I'm not a painter, so this could turn out really bad. But, you know, this is where my mind is going. That's what I'm saying. It's making me think of things. It's making me imagine, and making me think of my Noah and Kate, my book, and it's leading to good things. Put it that way. Because we need that. We really do. I do, for sure. I'm sure you do too. And, you know, it's okay too if you don't want to talk about it. What's going on with you? You don't have to. storyteller my whole life. I started writing stories when I was 5. I improv most of my audios. I can make up stuff, no problem. And yet lately, I often find myself just without words. I can't even articulate what I'm feeling. There aren't any words. Me, who has probably used several 100,000 of the words that are available in English at one time or another, I just, no words. And so if people around me or nurses or whatever ask, how are you feeling, or are you okay, or whatever, I search and I have nothing to say. That's such a strange feeling for me. And I just decided it's okay. I don't have to speak. I don't have to name my emotions. I don't have to explain or justify or talk. I can be quiet for a while and just let it be. I don't know how it works for me or if I can advise you to do that, but it's what it is. And maybe that's what it is for you too. Maybe you don't want to talk. Maybe you just need to lie here with a friend and just know that you're cared about and empathized with and even understood. And know that you're not alone. This human feeling we have is universal, and we all feel it at one time or another. It's got to be enough. There's a connection, to just look into someone's eyes and just say, I get it, and you get it, and we can just lie here together and enjoy the quiet. And no, I don't mean you don't have to talk. I just mean you don't have to talk about it. I can tell you silly stories about my massage therapist or my little fantasy kisses in Stephen's Green or silly things I'm doing to cope with the stress. I'm cleaning like a demon. I'm like the opposite of a hoarder. I'm throwing everything out. I'm getting rid of everything. I'm just going through my house and just getting rid of junk and stuff I bought a long time ago and never used. And it's helping me. So I do it to keep busy, keep distracted. I don't talk about stuff. It's what I do. I just do things. But sometimes I find that I let myself cry, and I can cry my eyes out, and I can cry and cry and cry. Really big, heavy, sloppy tears that just, pour down my face. I can just sob, But eventually you stop. And you think, well, nothing's changed. I don't know if it helped. But maybe it did. But at times like that, I just get up and I go do something. I go throw something out. They should do a TV show on me, the anti-hoarder. Let me move in with one of these hoarders for a week. I love throwing stuff out. It gives me such satisfaction. Or recycle it or donate it or whatever. But just get rid of it. Get it out of my house. Like, it just makes me feel good. Get rid of this stuff I don't use. I'm terrible for that. I see something and I think, oh, that's great. I'm going to use that for sure. And I buy it and never touch it. So I must have 1,000 DVDs. I have a Netflix subscription. On YouTube you can rent pretty much any movie. Why do I have all these DVDs? Because I'm old school, that's why. I am really rambling tonight. That's okay with you. This is just a silly little cuddle session, just to connect and maybe laugh a little bit. I wish I had a funny story for you. I don't have any animal stories this time, although there's a YouTube channel you might want to check out. It's a Canadian woman. I think there's something to Canadian women. I think we're a special breed. But she has this channel called Useless Farm. And she has, I guess, I don't know too much about her, which is ideal, really. I think she's just taken on this project in her life where she's going to raise a bunch of weird animals like llamas, and I think they're llamas, and an emu or two, maybe it's an ostrich, I'm not even sure, some geese and alpacas and things, and she gives them all really boring names like Doug and Karen and Frank and Michael, and she just names them Alan, Jeffrey, just people names. And she's really delightful, and the things these guys get up to, these animals that follow her around now, and the personalities on them and stuff, it's just, it's really quite funny. I really enjoy her, because she's got this very blasé attitude, like, 0 fucks given today, this is my life. But it's really cute. All the things she takes care of, and the way they smell her mouth to see what she's been eating. That's what my cats do. They've learned. But I don't have any animal stories, because there's no, I haven't had any involvement except for the bird feeder that I have out in my front lawn. And put birdseed out and watch the magpies and seagulls and pigeons and robins and blue tits. Yeah, you didn't think you'd hear that in this kind of audio, did you? Yeah, I'll say that again. Blue tits. Yeah. It's also yellow tits. No, great tits? Yeah, hey. That's something you didn't think you'd hear in this audio, right? Great tits and blue tits. Anyway, they just descend on the bird feeder as soon as I'm out of the way. The magpies learned how to do this acrobatic thing where they hang off the edge of the little feeder and they flap their wings like crazy trying to balance themselves, and the feeder's swinging wildly, and they're way too big for it. This feeder's meant for like little birds, you know. These magpies are just swinging away, just trying to get the seed, and there's one kind of seed in this mix that I get that nobody likes. No bird will eat this. It's this little yellow husky thing. I don't even know what it is. They just throw them out. Nope, don't like that. They're all over the place. Nobody will eat them. And I just think, birdseed people, come on, you should know this. Why are you putting this in the birdseed? Birds don't like this. It's a waste, right? And magpies do this really neat thing. I'd never seen them do this before. I put out dried mealworms. Yeah, I told you we're going all over the place, subject-wise, tonight. Wow. Are you keeping track of how many things we've talked about? We're on to mealworms now. Get these dried mealworms. And apparently robins and everybody love these things. Very good protein. And I didn't realize this, but what magpies will do is when food is abundant, they'll actually take a bunch in their beaks and they'll go over to the grass and they bury the mealworms. And, they'll dig a little hole, and it's very fastidious, and they shove the little mealworms down into the hole, and then they put the grass back. And then, just for good measure, they find a leaf, and they put the leaf on top of where they put the mealworms. Like, just so. There. Nobody's gonna find that now. So I got all these little mealworm graves all over my front lawn. And I don't know, do they come back for them? I don't know. I've never seen them do that. Like squirrels. Do they forget that they put them there? Like, what? I've never seen a bird do that. But there you have it. So it's not a great animal story, I'm sorry, but doing the best I can. Have I put you to sleep yet? Do you want me to talk about carbon monoxide more? Because I can talk about gas exchange, and that'll definitely put you to sleep. I could discuss, I could discuss cell respiration, tonicity, glomerular filtration rate. That would be fascinating. The kidneys are pretty fascinating, really. I could discuss electrolyte imbalance. I could discuss action potentials. I could discuss the sodium potassium ATPase pump. Would you like to know about that? You'd be asleep in 5 seconds. Yeah. Maybe we'll do that one night. Maybe I'll just start talking about phospholipid bilayers and ligands and voltage gates and leaky potassium channels and concentration gradients and osmolarity and osmolality. Did you know? There's two different things. Osmolality, osmolarity, which is all related to osmosis, yes. See? I can hear you snoring already. Alright, I'm getting sleepy. I'm glad I actually didn't become a doctor or a nurse. Because I realized I like studying the body. I don't want to practice medicine. For lots of reasons. Lots of reasons. People are... Actual patients, like actual people, are very complicated and unpredictable. Not too much fun most of the time. Yeah. But I like the body. The body's fascinating. We have these little things in our nose that make the air kind of swirl around like a little hurricane. And the reason is that it can fling stuff against the walls of the nose, which is where all the mucus is. So the idea is if there's bacteria or gunk or stuff that shouldn't be there, it gets flung against the side of the nose and it's stuck to the mucus. I mean, you want to laugh, don't you? Like, what a great idea. That's one way of getting rid of shit you don't want, right? Just fling that stuff against the mucus wall. There you go. Bodies are great. Yeah, and the benefit of this is that it takes a lot to gross me out. Really, I'm not easily grossed out. Seriously, I'm not easily grossed out. You can't be and study various things in the body. It's just, you can't be. It's just, there's too many things that are just, like, not for queasy stomachs. But anyway, I will not talk about that. Don't worry. Don't worry. Okay, so now I've talked your ear off. And, you know, look at all this time that's passed, and you didn't even know the time is passing because you were listening to my inane ramblings, right? I didn't say a single thing that makes any sense or matters one little bit, but who cares, right? We spent some time together. Cuddling and playing footsies and warming each other up, so I think that counts. That's good. It's a good use of time. You didn't have to talk at all. You didn't have to say anything. I have the conversation going for both of us. So, now I'm tired. Can you tell? I'm really tired. I've never been so tired in the last couple of months. Mostly I sleep. You're lucky I'm awake right now, actually. This is a rare moment. I'm conscious. Not vertical, but I'm conscious. So give me a hug. That's it. Hug me. Bodies feel so good. You just hold each other. Body feels really good. Especially mine, a squishy one. Good to have some squish, I guess. I like to have a little less squish, but, you know. Some squish is good. Definitely some squish is very good. So tell me one thing that you like. Just tell me anything, one thing you like, a movie or a game or a song, or just tell me. I'll listen. I want to know what you like about it. And I want to know if you've been able to enjoy it recently. And if not, why not? Duh. Okay. No, it's just the one question. That's good enough. You don't have to answer any more questions. No more interrogation. Okay. So, my sweet thing, you ready to go to sleep? Okay, come here. Let's just fall asleep. Yes, my foot is shaking. I can't help it. I shake my foot, you know that. Maybe it's nervous energy. I don't know. I just like shaking my foot. Okay, I'll stop. I can't promise I won't start again. It just feels good to shake my foot. What am I gonna... I don't know. Just shaking my foot. Deal with it.